This is one of those questions that sounds almost too obvious to ask until you actually start digging into the specifics, and then it turns into one of the most genuinely fascinating rabbit holes in animal behavior. Picture this: a massive elephant, known for its formidable size and strength, gently wrapping its trunk around a tiny calf, helping it to its feet after a tumble. This isn't just a heartwarming image. It's a clue to a much deeper question about the animal kingdom. Do animals genuinely treat babies differently? And if so, why does this happen with such consistency across the animal kingdom? Let's actually dig into this, starting with the concept of baby schema, sometimes also referred to as Kinderschema. This term was coined by the ethologist Konrad Lorenz to describe a set of features like big eyes, round faces, and small noses, which trigger an innate nurturing response. In elephants, calves are born with notably larger eyes in proportion to their body size when compared to adults, with calves' eyes comprising about 5% of their face, compared to the 3% in adults. This triggers a caregiving response from the herd, encouraging protective behaviors. Another classic example can be found in domestic dogs. Studies have shown that when presented with images of puppies versus adult dogs, humans consistently rate the puppies as cuter due to their exaggerated baby schema features, big eyes, and floppy ears. The cuteness bias isn't just for us humans. Even adult dogs have been observed to respond more gently and patiently to the puppy antics. In fact, research indicates that adult dogs will often allow puppies to win in play fights, showcasing a patience that mirrors human interactions with toddlers. This sounds like it completely contradicts everything we just said about universal triggers. But consider the case of the cuckoo bird. Cuckoo chicks, once hatched in an unsuspecting host's nest, don't present the typical baby schema features of the host species, yet they are still fed and cared for. Researchers have found that the relentless begging calls of the cuckoo chick can reach up to 120 decibels, equivalent to the sound of a chainsaw, which irresistibly stimulates a feeding response from the foster parents. The resolution here lies in understanding that while baby schema is a strong trigger, certain species have evolved specific adaptations or signals that can override this, such as the relentless begging calls of the cuckoo chick that stimulate a feeding response. So, while baby schema explains much of the nurturing behavior, it's not the whole story of cross-species care. This brings us back to our bigger question. If baby schema isn't the only factor, what else is at play? And this leads to another intriguing concept: altruistic defense, also known in the field as alloparental care. How does an animal even know something is a baby in the first place? Altruistic defense is where adult animals, often unrelated to the offspring, take on the role of protectors. In African buffalo herds, non-parent buffalo will form defensive circles around calves when predators are near. This behavior is thought to be an evolutionary strategy to protect the future of the herd as a whole. In another example, we have meerkats, who are famous for their sentinel behavior. Studies show that adult meerkats spend approximately 30% of their time on guard duty, keeping an eye out for predators while pups play and forage. Meerkats demonstrate an intricate social structure, where even non-reproductive adults participate actively in the protection and care of the young, illustrating their collective investment in the survival of the group. But here's a twist. Altruistic defense isn't always the result of calculated group advantage. Consider the case of dolphins, who have been documented saving not only their own calves, but those of other species. Instances have been recorded where dolphins have guided lost swimmers back to safety, or protected humans from sharks. This seems to go against the self-interest logic, yet a deeper look suggests that such behaviors might still bear indirect benefits, such as reinforcing social bonds and increasing future reciprocation opportunities within their complex social structures. Dolphin societies are known for their intricate alliances and cooperative behaviors, which enhance their survival and success. So, altruistic defense isn't just about genetic ties. It also involves broader social and environmental factors. As we unravel these layers, let's ask, How do animals balance the instinct to nurture with the need to compete for resources? Enter the concept of resource allocation theory, sometimes referred to as parental investment theory. This theory suggests that animals have to balance the care they provide with the available resources. Take the emperor penguin, which famously endures harsh Antarctic winters. During the breeding season, both parents take turns fasting and traveling up to 120 kilometers across ice to gather food for their chick. This extremely high investment, sometimes resulting in weight loss of up to 45% for the parent, is critical for the chick's survival in such an unforgiving environment. On the flip side, consider rabbits, which produce large litters. They invest less in individual offspring, but the high numbers, often upwards of 12 kits per litter, increase the odds that at least some will survive to adulthood. This all sounds straightforward, until you consider species like the bonobo, where older siblings are observed sharing food and grooming younger siblings, seemingly against their own immediate interest. In bonobo communities, approximately 40% of food-sharing instances involve older siblings assisting younger ones. This suggests a more complex interplay, where the benefits of cooperation and care within a social group can outweigh the direct cost of resource allocation. Cooperation among bonobos not only strengthens social bonds, but also ensures that all group members have a better chance at thriving. So resource allocation isn't just a matter of numbers, it's deeply entwined with social structures and strategies. And with that complexity in mind, what about the situations where care seems to defy evolutionary logic? This leads us to reciprocal altruism, or tit-for-tat strategy, which is where individuals help others with the expectation of future reciprocation. In vampire bats, for instance, a bat that has fed successfully will regurgitate blood to feed a hungry roostmate. This isn't just a random act of kindness. Bats that share are more likely to be helped in return when they're in need. Research has shown that bats engaged in reciprocal feeding have higher survival rates, underscoring the importance of these social bonds. Similarly, dolphins often engage in cooperative hunting, and those who participate are more likely to receive assistance when they need it, such as protection from predators. Now, consider the seemingly paradoxical behavior of some animal mothers adopting orphaned young of another species, such as cats nursing orphaned squirrels. These acts appear to defy direct self-interest, yet this could still fit into a broader framework of gene survival. If, for example, the adopting mother gains increased status or support from her social group. In some communities, such actions might enhance the mother's reputation, leading to greater access to resources or more allies in times of need. Reciprocal altruism, it turns out, can extend beyond immediate familial lines to encompass broader social networks. But how does this all connect back to the broader ecosystem and survival strategies? Now we delve into ecological niche modeling, or adaptive advantage theory, which posits that certain environments shape the behaviors we see. In multifaceted ecosystems, like coral reefs, diverse species often develop symbiotic relationships that include caring behaviors. Clownfish, for instance, protect sea anemones from predators, while benefiting from the anemone's protection and environment. These relationships reflect an alignment of interests, where care and protection help maintain the balance and health of the ecosystem. Another striking example is found in the savanna, where large mammals like zebras and wildebeest form mixed herds to increase vigilance, reduce individual risk, and care for the young collectively. In these massive herds, numbering in the thousands, the communal vigilance allows for a more secure environment for the young, ensuring a higher survival rate. But what about isolated ecosystems, where competition is fierce and resources are scarce? In such environments, like the Galapagos Islands, we see fewer examples of interspecies care, emphasizing that while certain behaviors can be beneficial, they are highly contingent on the surrounding ecological pressures and opportunities. Species in these isolated ecosystems often develop unique adaptations to navigate their challenges, with less emphasis on collaborative care. At this stage, we have an intricate tapestry, where each species' approach to caring for young is influenced by a blend of evolutionary strategies, social frameworks, and ecological needs. So looping back to our opening image of the elephant and her calf, we've journeyed through the remarkable layers of understanding how and why animals might treat babies differently. It's a testament to the complex interplay of biology, environment, and social behavior that defines life on Earth. And while baby schema and altruistic defense might start our exploration, the real magic lies in the intricate web of strategies that creatures use to nurture the next generation in this wild, interconnected world.